Okay.
All right. Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey Bambi. Thank you, Bambi. Hey Gary. Hey KL. Good to see you. Hey Jimmy. Hey Venus. Hi guys. Today I'm tuning in from Zoom just to get a different feel. Awesome. Hey Ross. Welcome. All right. So by a show of hands, let me know if you have attended previous weeks, week one, week two of the 4-week training. Show of hands. Type in the chat. Yes, yes, okay. Just so I know where everybody's at. Let me know in the chat too. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay. So again, this is a 4-week sales training. Today, we're going to go through week three. So if you have missed the previous week one and week two, when you register for the event, you will get a follow-up email with all the previous recordings. Okay, so make sure you do that. Okay, awesome. Good. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. We have a lot to cover. Okay. So like I said, this week today we're gonna go through week three, which is the magnetic client attraction. But before we get into it, make sure you have pen and paper, okay? Because it's going to be a workshop, okay? Not just listening to me talk, but you're actually going to be working, okay? And before, I want to go ahead and get through some recap from week one and week two quickly first before we get into week three, okay? So, first week, we talk about the success formula, what makes a top producer successful, right? And now, I think by now you guys know 95% is mindset and then 5% is strategy. Okay. So for the first 2 weeks, we spent a lot of time talking about having the right mindset and becoming the top producer's identity. Okay. This week, we're going to make a pivot. We're going to talk more about the strategy, how to attract your ideal clients. Okay. So, but before we get into it, I know everybody should have a goal by the next 30 days. Yes? You should have a goal. Who do you want to attract? How much commission you want to earn by end of August? Okay. Because it's important that we have a goal to shoot for. Okay. So if you don't have a goal, make sure you write down how many clients or how many escrows and transactions you want to close, or how many clients you want to help, and how much commission. Okay. All right. So first week we talk about sales paradigm. Okay. What is a sales paradigm? Because a lot of agents, okay, and then when I say that, I want you to to check in to see if it's that's you. Okay. A lot of the time they're thinking it's what's blocking their clients from finding them. Okay. So on the left side, we talked about these are the some of the old belief systems that a lot of agents have, right? That are not serving them. On the right side, it's called the new paradigm, and these are the belief systems that are empowering, that's actually helping you to shift the way you look at real estate. Okay, so I'm not gonna go through it, but just want to make sure that you start to catch yourself. Okay, so I wanted to ask you guys actually. So you guys attended week one and week two. Can you guys share if you actually have those limiting beliefs around the market, around the rates in the past few weeks, or no? Yes or no? You can also put in the chat. Anyone? Did you catch yourself thinking about any belief system around how the market is or how many contacts you need to make? No, everybody is busy eating.
Like, did I catch myself? What?
Hey Brian, so I was
Hey.
asking the group, did they
Ah,
catch themselves finding themselves having negative or disempowering beliefs around the market, around the client? For example, like if a client disappear or stop responding, did the thought immediately go to, oh, the client probably ghosted me?
oh, for me, no, but that's because I've had you as my coach. So, no, I don't care. Thanks. Nothing
Thanks,
else.
Brian.
Well,
Anyone else? Did you guys catch yourself?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I mean, thank you for being honest, because I know even if you didn't guys didn't say anything, I know your thoughts has been running like nonstop. Okay, but whether or not you actually recognize and shift, that's a different story. Okay, so you want to start to make sure that the thoughts are empowering, right? And then I talk about how to shift the 5 steps. Okay, again, I'm not going to go through it, but I share with you the tools on how to help you shift. Okay, after that, the second week, last week, we talk about top producer identity because it's not.
Oh,
So the old way is let me have a lot of leads, right? Or clients so I can do the thing and I can be happy, right? This is the old way of thinking, which is not correct. The right way of thinking starts from the beingness, right? You gotta first become making that decision that you become the top producer. Okay. So again, like every week, I'm gonna reinforce you guys to make sure you claim the identity. Okay. So by a show of hands, let me know who wants to be a top producers here. I can see you. Thank you. Thank you. I know you guys are eating. And the people on the chat, I know I can't see you, but put it in the chat. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. Okay. It's important that you guys are engaging, okay? Because this is a workshop for you guys. All right. So in order for you to become a top producer, you got to first become it. Okay. And what does that mean? Well, I share with you and I gave you this assignment for you to do a research of the 5 top producers that you admire. How do they think? How do they carry themselves? How do they communicate? How do they handle rejections? Right? What habits and standards do they possess? Did anyone get a chance to do it?
yeah, right. I think James did it.
Jane?
I've done my
One
homework.
person?
James,
One person.
give me the answer right now, James.
I can't see James. One person. No one else. No one else did. Why?
Oh, Kathy, who are your avatars?
I did you.
Oh, really? Boom! James, I gave you the answer and Kathy said it. What's going on?
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So Kathy, can you stay with us? So what characteristic from Brian that you like to emulate?
So he's actually my coach. So I get to really see how he thinks, but then I also share how I think, right? So he will flip it into a positive. So when I have negative thoughts, he actually changes it into like an opportunity or a learning opportunity or experience. So
Beautiful.
say we
Beautiful.
get like rejected, right? Hey, we just move on to the next thing. We don't dwell on it.
Yes, that is key, Kathy. That is key. Well, Brian, I'm so proud of you. Look at you.
It's like the lessons that flow through. So,
You see, it's so key, right? Because as in real estate, you get a lot of, you don't always get your offer accepted, right? And so you don't want to be attached to that, or you don't want to go down the downward spiral. Okay. So that's going to be like, it's going to impact, right? Your next appointment, next client. Okay. So make sure you guys take the time and do it. Okay. Because why did I say that? Because I would like you to start building your own top producer identity, right? So we talked about this last week. What characteristics you want to start building, right? It could be positive mindset. It could be strong self-image. Okay. So make sure before next week, make sure you do that. Okay. And then once you're clear on what characteristics that you want to emulate, you want to put out into your own top producer identity, you want to start acting like that person. Okay. And I also share that when you start to do that, you're gonna hit something called a imposter syndrome phenomenon. Okay, which is when your inner talk is going to talk to you and say, who do you think you are? Right? You're not this, you're not that. Okay. And how to overcome them. Okay. Again, I'm not going to go through it, but this can show up on a lot of the listening appointments or buyer's consultation where you're talking about your commissions. Okay. So one way on how to overcome this is using this technique called mental rehearsal, What it is you're rehearsing an outcome that you will want. Okay. So next week, actually, week 4, I'm gonna actually host a live visualization exercise to go through this with you guys. Okay. But this is how you can start overcoming the imposter syndrome phenomenon. Okay. Now, to end with that, I also share the fastest way on how you can increase your self-image about how you feel about yourself is to go buy something material. Did any of you actually go out and buy something this
I
week?
did it. I did.
Yeah. Who
I went
did?
twice, Liza. I bought stuff twice.
Oh, nice. What did you buy?
I bought this leopard dress I kind of wanted for a while. Yeah, and I got
Beautiful.
some sunglasses.
Awesome. So let me ask you, how does that make you feel differently when you wear them?
Yes, I love shopping and I love wearing new stuff. It feels great.
Amazing. So you see,
I
when
want
you
more.
feel you want more.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So when you feel good, let me ask you guys, when you feel good, what happens?
You start to exude that. It's kind of like magnetic. Yeah. People start to
Beautiful.
compliment you because you feel good. Maybe I'm smiling a little bit more. People compliment, you know, maybe
Yes.
compliment me, or it might strike up a conversation, or they might
It-
say, "Oh, where'd you get those glasses?" So,
yeah.
conversations could lead to other things, and maybe we can be a little more friendly, and they can
Yes.
let what I can do for them.
Absolutely. Thank you. You see, right? First of all, you buy something to make yourself feel good. That's the most important, right? And when you feel good, what's the energy and vibration you send out? It's feeling good, right? Like you said. And because of that, you might be able to attract, right? Maybe a compliment or maybe a conversation. Exactly. Okay. And that's what we're gonna get into today. Okay. It's called magnetic client attraction. Okay. What does that mean? Magnetic client attraction. What does the word magnetic mean? Let me ask you guys this question.
Self-attract.
Ah, thank you, Carrie. Self-attract. Okay. So it's not, is it chasing? Is it going after something? Or is it what? Draw something to you, Lila. Oh, hi, Lila. Good to see you. Right? A magnet is drawing something to you. Yes? Okay. I want to talk about this word attraction. Okay. Because I know some of you, I know a lot of you are agents from EXP, right? But there's also agents that are not. Okay. So the agents that are in EXP, you guys also talk about what? Besides client attraction, you guys also talk about what attraction?
Women.
Clarence!
Aging attraction.
Clarence! Really? Oh, good thing I'm not live. Otherwise, I'd be like, oh, give you a second. Women attraction. No.
What's the-
Agent, thank you. Thank you. Agent attraction, right? You guys also talk about that, right? Not it's not chasing, right? It's about attraction. Okay. So that's why I want to take some time and talk about what is attraction. So let me ask you guys, where does attraction come from? Where do you hear attraction is part of what? I know maybe some of my clients would know. No? Attraction? You guys never heard about what? Law of attraction? No? Anybody? Law of attraction?
Yeah.
What is that, Amy? Tell me
Thank-
more. What?
Ryan, come on. Well, what does the law of attraction mean? Very simply put.
You attract what you put out.
Thank you. Simple, right? Yes? It also means what? Like attract like. That's it. Like attract like. Whatever is vibrating on the same frequency will be likely attracting to you. Okay. So what does that mean? It also means, like what Lila said, draw something towards you, not chasing. Right? So question for you guys is, how do you begin to start to attract ideal clients to you rather than chasing them?
Work on your mindset.
Andrew. Yes, that's important. Yeah. And actually, that part of that, we're gonna talk about that. Okay. A lot of times when I talk to whether that's realtors, agents, when I ask them, who do you want to work with? And I always get them saying that, oh, I want to work with anybody, Amy. I'm open to work with anybody. And that's actually the problem. Because when you want to work with everybody, you end up what?
Working with nobody.
Thank you, Andy. Working with nobody. Exactly. Because your messaging is not clear. Okay. So the first thing, what you need to do when you start wanting to attract your ideal client is have clarity. Make sure to please write that down. Having a clarity around who you want to work with is very important. Otherwise, you're sending mixed signal to the universe. Okay, today I want to work with first-time home buyer. Tomorrow I want to work with investor. The next day I want to work with just keep on changing. Okay, and the same thing applies in marketing. If you keep on changing your messaging, again, you're not going to attract your ideal client. That's why in this workshop today, I'm going to talk about magnetic marketing. Okay, not just any type of marketing, but actually marketing that helps you to attract your right clients. Okay, do you guys like the sound of that? No?
Yeah.
Thank you. You guys are done eating, right? Yeah. Yes? Okay, good. Now we're gonna get into it. So, two things that you gotta must become clear of. Number one is what type of real estate business you want to build. Second is your ideal clients. Who do you want to work with? Okay. So take some notes now because I'm gonna ask you some questions for you to get clear on what type of business that you want to build. Okay. First question, okay, again, you want to get honest with yourself. Are you treating real estate as a full-time career or are you treating it as some side hustle? And you don't have to answer me, okay? But I want you to get clear for yourself. Okay? Because I know some of you are doing this part-time. And my question for you is why? All right? Because as a top producer, do you think a top producer is doing this part-time? What do you guys think? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Us? You hear us?
Okay, you guys can hear me, but you guys are not responding.
Can you hear us, Amy?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, there's some people responding. They're saying yes, right?
I think they can only hear.
I would say no. Top producer is working part-time.
They said no.
Thank you. Okay, I want to make sure my internet is okay. You guys are hearing me okay. Yeah. Okay, so top producers are not doing this part-time, right? So for those of you that earlier raised your hand to wanting to become a top producer, again, you want to check in with yourself, right? How are you treating your real estate business? Number two, do you want to become an icon agent? So icon is a status that I think in EXP is like a certain ranking, right? Once you achieve a certain ranking. Okay, so for those of you that are in EXP, you want to ask yourself, do you want to hit that ranking? Right? Because that's what a top producer is, yes? See? So make that decision if that's what you want to be. Okay. Number three, how much passive income? So we were talking about agent attraction, right? So part of the model of EXP is that you get to have passive income. Is that right?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. So write down how much income you want to earn, right? Don't just say, well, it's too early. I don't know. I don't have anything. I don't have anybody under my team yet. So no, you gotta first decide first, and then everything else will come. Okay, so make sure you write down a number that you would like to start having the passive income. Okay, next is what kind of business you want to build. You want to continue to be a solo agent, or you want to join a team, right? Or you want to create your own team. What how do you want your business to look like? Do you want to have a buyer's agent? Do you want to have an assistant? Right? Really have that clarity. It's so important. Okay. Are you guys writing things down? I can't see you guys, so yes?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Because I can't really barely see you guys. So I don't know if you guys are writing it down. Okay. Last one is what kind of work schedule and lifestyle you want to create. Okay. For real estate agents, I know like when I was in real estate, I know a lot of times you had to work on the weekend, right? And because of that, I missed out a lot of family functions and family get gathering together, right? But it doesn't have to be like that. If you don't want to work on the weekend, if you want to spend more time with your family, right? Then put that down, right? So no weekend, for example, if you don't want to work on the weekend, then you don't have to work on the weekend, for example. Okay. So yeah, I know I'm going through a lot of questions, but make sure you, after this session, go back and sit down and really think about the type of business that you want to create for yourself. Remember, clarity is power. Okay, are we good?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to move on to defining your ideal client. Remember, when your message is not clear, you speak to nobody. Okay, so it's so important that you define who your ideal client is. And how do you know? Well, the first question you want to ask yourself is, who do you enjoy working with? This is key, right? You don't want to work with someone that you're gonna drag on for a few months, maybe show homes and things like that. So write down who you enjoy working with. Okay. Second question is, do you want to serve, what kind of clients you want to serve? Do you want to work with buyers, sellers, investors, right? Making that decision. Do you guys all have an idea of who you want to work with so far?
Yeah, rich people.
Rich people, Clarence. Okay, well that would be a luxury client, right? For sure. Write that down. Luxury client. Okay, and then I'm gonna get into more detail as to their where they're at. Okay, but yeah, why not? If you want to work with luxury, write that down. Okay, you get to decide your business and who you want to work with. Okay, number three, what stage of life is your ideal client in? Are they single? Are they newly married? Are they recently divorced? Right? Are they retiree? Are they empty nesters? Right? Where they're at in their stage of their life. Again, the messaging towards each group of people are going to be very different. Okay? Yes, you guys are okay?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Next, is there a specific niche that you want to focus on? Like an example could be you want to focus on first-time homebuyer. You want to focus on veterans, right? I think Brian and Philip, right? They're specifically focusing on VA clients, right? Who do you want to focus on? Investors, luxury clients, yeah. Last question. What price point or geographic area you want to specialize in? So I remember Andrew, right? You wanted to you were getting initially you were getting listings from far away, right? A bit far.
Yeah.
And then you said you wanted to have listings where?
In the San Gabriel Valley.
In San Gabriel Valley because it's closer to you, right? You have to first make that decision. And did it come true?
Is it?
It did. Awesome. You see, it didn't happen by accident. It happened because you first make that decision, right? Because you're like, oh, that's too far. I don't want that, right? I want somewhere closer. And that's what happened. Thank you. Do you guys have any questions on this?
No.
No? We're good? Okay.
Good.
Thank you. If you don't have time to write it down, maybe take a screenshot or something, because uh actually I have something for you guys at the end of the workshop. I forgot to mention in the beginning, but if you stay till the end, I actually have two gifts for you. Okay, so maybe you don't have to write it down. Okay? All right. So what I would like you to do, okay, once you this is an example, okay? I'll give you an example of a ideal client avatar. Let's say your ideal client is a first-time home buyer who is between the age of 30 and 35. Let's just say maybe you guys are in the same age, right? So you're like, oh, I want someone like just like me, right? My colleague who just graduated college, for example, okay? Who is a young professional who's either single or recently married and who's currently renting, okay? And they're looking to buy their first home. See, now that's very specific on who your ideal clients are. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Quick
And
question, Amy.
yeah. Mhm.
Doesn't this kind of limit our client base?
Hmm. Eh, well, this is getting clear on who your ideal clients are. Who do
Hmm.
you want to work with? So I'm not limiting you, but I'm saying you got to focus on because we're going to talk about marketing
Okay.
because you're going to create marketing specifically target these clients. And this is thank you for sharing that, Andy, because again, that's a lot of the mindset is like, hey, I'm open to working with anybody. Any buyer who's looking to buy, I can help, right? A lot of agents think that because I don't want to say desperate, but they're like, oh, I don't have any clients, so I'm open, right? But I'll tell you what, in the long run, you're going to lose out a lot more clients because now you're speaking so broad to everybody. People don't like, you see, what's an expert? A specialist is what?
Focusing in one area.
Focusing on one area, right? Yes.
Okay.
People like to work with specialists, experts, right? And because people, let me ask you, when you go to a specialist, do they charge more than a generalist or not?
Yes.
They
Yes.
do. They do. You see? Right? So thank you for bringing that up. I'm getting you guys to focus on a specific client. Okay? It doesn't mean that, hey, you cannot expand. I'm not saying that. But your marketing, if you're gonna focus right now, the marketing should be just towards one client. Make sense?
Got it. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Once you have a lot of inflow like of clients or someone on your team, then you can focus on the other one. Yes. But you gotta make sure you're coming off as the expert rather than just, oh, I'm just a agent. Okay, good question. All right. So, oh yeah, so the last one is this buyer is motivated to become a home buyer. Okay. So what's next? Next step is once you know your ideal client avatar, the next step is you gotta be able to know how they think. Once you understand your client's psychology, okay, the easier it is to create a content piece that will naturally attract them. Does that make sense? Once you understand how they think, now you can create a marketing piece that speaks directly to them. Okay, I'll give you some questions to go through. Okay, you can write this down. Your ideal clients, what are some of the challenges that's going on right now in the external world? Okay, so challenges, it's external, outside things that are happening. Okay, so go ahead and write this down and I'll give you an example so you'll understand better. Okay, this is what your clients are thinking, whether they tell you or not. That's what they're thinking though. Okay, they have a concern. They may or may not tell you. Okay, but that's what's holding them back on pulling the trigger, whether buying or selling. Okay. Number three is they may have some beliefs that are blocking them, and they may not be true. Okay, but because they heard other people, so they think it's true, but it may not be true. So number four is fear. What are they afraid of? Okay, again, sometimes they will not tell you as an agent, right? They will not even say out loud because that's what they're thinking internally. So what we're trying to do is get into your client's head. Okay. Last one is what do they want? What is their desired outcome? Do you have this down? Everyone has this down? Still writing? Yes?
Nope. Yeah.
Yes.
We got it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the internet. Like I'm not able to hear you guys say, but okay, so we're good. Good to go. Thank you. Okay. All right. So again, going back to the client avatar as a first-time home buyer, what is their psychology? How do they think? Okay. First thing is what is the challenge? The challenge for a first-time home buyer is what? They believe that home ownership has become more and more expensive over the years, right? Because they never bought a home and they've been wanting to buy a home. They're like, oh, maybe they'll wait. And then it just gets more and more expensive. This is the challenge that's happening external. Okay. So what's the concern then? What do you think? What's their concern?
They won't have enough money.
Right. Can they even qualify for a mortgage? Right? This is what they're saying. They might not even tell you, right? But this is what they're thinking to themselves, right? I'm sure they watch the news and things like that, and they're like, oh, I don't know if I can qualify for a mortgage. Okay. And then what are some beliefs or misconceptions that they have around getting a mortgage?
Percent down is too much.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I need 20% down before I can buy a home. Right? This is all what's in their head before they even sit down and talk to you. Right? They might think that they need 20% down before they can buy a home. So then if they have this belief, let me ask you, what is their fear?
Able to cover the mortgage,
What was that?
not being able to cover the mortgage
Okay,
down the line. Let's say if their job is kind of wonky or in limbo.
beautiful. Okay, definitely that could be one of the fears. Yes. Please write that down, right? Because all this is according to your ideal client. I'm just using this first-time home buyer as an example, right? But they must have some fears thinking in their mind. So this one, in this case, the first-time home buyer could be thinking, I'm never gonna be able to afford a home, right? Or pay mortgage, right? That's what they're fearful of. But what they really want is what? Home ownership. They want to become a homeowner. Do you guys see this? Now you really get into your client's psychology, how they think. Okay, so this is just an example to show you. I would like you to give you guys this assignment, okay? Maybe a few seconds, few minutes, okay? For you to work on your ideal client, okay? Whether your ideal client is an investor, is a seller, whatever, okay? So what I would like you to do is to write down these 5 pillars. So their challenges that are happening externally. What is their concerns that they're thinking, but they're not telling you? What is their belief or misconception? What are their fears? And what do they want? Okay. And this is just gonna give you some example of your ideal clients. Okay. It doesn't have to be on the list, but I'm just giving you some idea, right? If you want to work with relocation clients, so a lot of people are relocating outside to California, right? To Texas. So if you're in Texas, you probably maybe have a lot of clients wanting to relocate from California, for example. Right? Do you guys have an ideal client yet? First and foremost, let me know in the chat or in the group. Do you have an ideal client avatar yet?
Yes, we
Okay.
do.
Yes, everybody? Andrew?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody? Okay, well, so Gary says Lila, okay, Venus, yes. Okay, beautiful. Again, if you don't have it yet, go back and do some thinking. Okay, who do you want to work with? Pick, right? Who do you enjoy working with? And this is important. So once you know your ideal client, then sit down and do this. Okay? What are their challenges? What are their concerns, misconception, and fears and desired outcome? If you don't know, guess what? Ask ChatGPT, right? Ask ChatGPT will tell you. Okay? Why is this important? Why do you guys this is important to know? Let me ask you.
So you know the person you're working with.
I'm sorry?
So you know the person you're going to work with.
Okay, and then
You'll have answers to the concerns they'll have and bring them up.
you have the answers. Okay, good. But what's today's topic about?
Understanding their psychology.
Psychology. Clients, psychology.
Today's topic is about
So
attracting
we can
clients.
attract.
Thank you.
Attracting clients.
It's about attracting. Exactly, attracting, right? So once you're clear about their challenges, concern, beliefs, misbeliefs, and fears and desired outcome, the next step is now you can turn these insights after you have completed them into marketing pieces that's able to speak to them. And when they see those marketing pieces, they're like, oh, Jimmy is the right person. How does he know? Like, how does he know what I'm thinking? Then he must have the solution for me. Do you guys see this? Yeah? Let me give you an example, okay? This is called the magnetic content framework. Okay? What's gonna happen? Okay, and I'm gonna use again the first-time home buyer avatar. Okay. So I literally just change to move the challenge, concern, beliefs, and fear, desired outcome here, okay, on this page. You can take a screenshot of this if you want. This is just giving you an idea of what type of content you can create to attract them. Okay. So for example, the challenges is what? Home ownership is getting harder and harder. Okay. That's the challenge. Okay. So a piece of content you can put out and create is what? Here are 3 ways first-time home buyers can still get into homes. You see that? When you create content like that, when you speak about it, they're like, oh, wow, like how does Andrew know? Right? How does she know? How does he know? The second one, for example, when they're concerning about if they can qualify for a mortgage. So what? You create a piece of content, whether that's a video or that's a newsletter, right? Whether that's a on Instagram, for example, a reel, you can talk about, hey, if you're not sure on how if you can qualify for a mortgage, here is where to start. And then this is where the value you bringing, right? Again, the people when they're seeing it, when they're reading it, they're like, wow, how does he know this is what I've been thinking about? Right? You see, the people when people see contents or information, they're like, when they think that you understand them, they think that you also have the solution that you can help them. Right? So it no longer becomes chasing. They just come to you. Right? This is called magnetic content attraction. Okay. The third one, do you really need 20% to buy your first home? Right? That's a kind of like intriguing question, right? Because a lot of people have that. So create a content piece around that. Okay. Number 4, fear is think you will never be able to afford a home. Here are 3 options that you may not know about. You see, that creates curiosity, right? The last one, how becoming a homeowner can help you build your future, right? So this is speaking to their desire, speaking to their wants. So imagine, right? Imagine once you get clear on your ideal clients, creating content becomes so much easier. Because I talk to a lot of agents, right? They're like, oh, Amy, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to, I know that I have to post on Instagram or I need to do like some sort of social media marketing, but I don't know what to do. Well, there you have it. Is this helpful?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, but make sure that you go back and actually do your client avatar for yourself. and then talk to their challenges, concerns, beliefs, and fears and outcome. Yeah. Okay. Then the next question is, okay, Amy, so now that I have created content, okay, content is only the first half of the equation. The second half of the equation is how do I get the people to see it, right? And then again, not just anybody. How do you get your ideal clients, right? You don't want to just have like we call it non-qualified buyers, right? People that are just lurking around, they're not ready to buy. We don't want that, okay? So then next strategic move is that you want to find out, oh, before I get into it, I forgot this. So I want to share some content best practices, okay? That's going to really help you. When you're creating content, and this one specifically is talking more about video, okay? Because I see a lot of you guys are doing videos. So in your video, do not start an introduction like, hey, my name is Andy and I'm a real estate agent in Southern California. Do not. Just get into the value piece. Okay. Skip the long introduction, especially nowadays with social media, right? Like the attention span is so short. So you want to just get into the value, right? Skip the long introduction. Maybe you can have the introduction in the text itself. Okay. But in the video, just get into the value. Second, you want to speak to one person. Remember, I mentioned that it's an ideal client avatar. You're talking to one person. So in your video, do not go like, hey guys, this is Amy, blah, 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 blah. Do not say, hey guys, because you're talking to one person, right? And then also you want to show up as if you're talking to a friend, for example. Yes? Okay, so this is going to become more personable. Okay. Number 3, it's important that you share your perspective and your experiences, not just information. Because nowadays, especially with AI, there's so like information you so easily access, right? So people don't need information, but they would like your perspective on it, right? Especially if you want to share an actual case study. So like I know before we hop on, right, you guys were sharing case studies. Not, of course, you're not going to share the actual client's name, but you can just say, hey, you can get on the video and say, hey, we just open escrow where we just closed escrow on this deal that was going to fall through, but because I did that, and then, we were able to close. For example, right? So share your perspective and your experiences, not just like a generic, oh, today's market rate is 3.5, because that's so generic. And I see agents do that all the time, right? You guys see that. If you want to be able to stand out, you got to be different. Okay. Number 4, again, tell a story that teach a lesson. Okay. And you guys have tons of story, your client story, your own journey, your own story. Okay. Which leads us to the number 5. This one is so powerful. And I talk to some of you guys, right? When you want to put out content, stop creating them. Start documenting. And this is actually from Gary Vee. He mentioned that if you want to become a really successful content creator, right? Whatever you're in, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, you want to start documenting your journey. Okay. So what does that mean? Well, if you are at an open house, you can just get a video and say, hey, we're at this house. But don't try to sell the house, right? You can just talk about something about the house or something about the neighborhood, right? Again, share your perspective while you're documenting it. Okay. Is this good? This is for some tips I want to share with you guys. Yes? Yes? No?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Is this helpful?
Yeah, helpful.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. I hope you guys, I spent a lot of time really get into you guys' thinking. Okay. So yes. Okay. Thank you. All right. So like I said, so once you're clear what content to post, next question is where, right? How do you reach your ideal clients? How do you reach your ideal clients? Very simple. Okay. The answer is very simple. Where do your ideal clients already hang out? Okay. Whether that's live in person or virtual online. Okay. So here are some examples for you guys. Online, maybe some of your clients, your ideal client is hanging out on Facebook, right? Maybe your ideal client is Instagram. Maybe your younger crowd is TikTok, right? So depending on your ideal client avatar, okay? And then, or YouTube, or LinkedIn, or email, right? Podcast. I'm just giving you some examples, okay? where do your ideal clients hang out? So I want you to also write down, as you're listening to me, write down 1 to 2 places that your ideal clients hang out. Okay, online. Right now it's online. Okay, and then I want to know, maybe also put in the chat, what are some of the places that your ideal clients hang out? Do you guys know? Or no, don't know? What's going on?
Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook and Instagram, thank you. So depending on the age, right? Right? Or depending on what profession they're in. Right? Because the crowd for Facebook is different from Instagram and it's very different from TikTok, right? And YouTube. Okay, so there's Facebook and Instagram. Where else? Anywhere else?
Email.
Email, beautiful. Okay, so are you doing weekly newsletters? Are you giving updates? How often are you sending out emails? Yeah. What was that? That's it? Okay. So in the chat, I see Gary says Facebook, Venus says Instagram and email. Perfect. Okay. What about offline, meaning in person? Okay. So obviously open houses. This is when you can meet your ideal clients. What about community events, right? Like HOA, for example, or Chamber of Commerce. Yeah. Yeah. Networking events. Okay. So this is something I see is I know a lot of realtors go to those networking events, hang out with other realtors. Like that's not where your ideal clients are. Okay. So right? So stop going to those places. Your colleagues, they're not gonna buy from you. Okay. So you really want to be intentional of your time. Okay. So networking, okay. City Hall. Okay, Gary, because you're working on investors. Yeah, I'm assuming. So that's where they hang out. Perfect. Local business events. Yep. Investors Club, right? Like I mentioned, if you want to work with investors, where are they going to hang out? Investors Club, and then Gary says City Hall. Perfect. Okay. Chamber of Commerce, that's a very common one, right? Go to your city, your local city chamber of commerce. Okay, be the go-to person. Okay. So this is again, once you have the content, then you're able to share. Okay. So think of marketing as channels for your clients to find you. Okay. But this is, like I said, the biggest problem I see is that a lot of realtors, they focus on a lot of things. They want to do Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and then they feel burnt out. Okay. Anyone can relate? I don't know. Do you feel exhausted sometimes? You have to post everywhere? Yes? Thank you. Yes or no? You guys,
Yes.
thank you, Andrew. You're like, next time I'm not gonna stay in the front because I see Amy sees me. Thank you. Okay. So country club. Yeah. If your ideal client is luxury clients, then country club. Okay. So to help you guys with this, really simple. Okay. I don't want to overcomplicate things. First, choose one ideal client. Choose one first to work with. Okay. Find out where they spend time online and offline, and then choose a marketing strategy that's going to be able to attract them. Okay. Again, I'm going to give you an example. So first on the left side is pick your ideal client. First time home buyer, seller, investor, luxury clients, downsizer, for example. Okay. Where do they hang out? Just give you a lot of examples. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, open houses, community events, investors club. Okay. On the right-hand side, this is where you're going to spend your energy on. Okay. So let's just say we're going to focus on investor. Let's switch it up. Okay. Let's say your ideal clients are investors. And then they where do they spend time? Okay. So Gary just say they spend time City Hall, public hearing, okay, or investors club. Let's just say, for example. Okay. If that's who you want to target, what are some of the attraction strategies you can use? What do you guys think? I'm gonna put it on the right-hand side. Okay. You can do social media, email marketing, open houses, cold calling, right? I think I saw Gary wrote that down. Door knocking, yeah, or door knocking. Okay. Mailers, right? So Matt last week, he's been doing mailers for a long time, okay, and getting a lot of successes. Mailers, okay, or paid ads, right? I don't know if you guys still do Zillow ads, but when I was in real estate, they used to have Zillow ads. Yeah. Do they still have Zillow ads?
Yes.
Yes? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so that could be a way of attracting clients. So for you, again, getting clear on one. So what I would like you to do is pick one thing on the left side, right? Your ideal client, find out where they spend their time. And then on the right side, the attraction strategy, I would like you to do choose 1 to 2 marketing strategies to work to focus on. Do not pick three. Do not choose open houses, cold calling, and door knocking. Trust me, you're gonna burn yourself out. Okay, because you want to just pick 1 or 2 and be consistent, continuous to show up. Like just posting on Instagram, for example, and be consistent is a lot of work. Yeah, you guys agree? Right? It's a lot. If just one channel, it's a lot of work. So do not overwhelm yourself. Just pick 1 to 2 max and then be consistent showing up on it. Okay? Are we good?
Yeah.
Yes, you guys good. Okay. We're good on that. Okay. So what I want to show you is just showing you an example, okay? So Nancy, she's a real estate agent up in Vancouver, I believe. So when I started working with Nancy, she said, you know, she was just working with anybody, right? She was working with some clients from the 500 and some 1 to 2 million. So I asked her, who are your ideal clients? So it took her some time to really hone in, right? Because I know a lot of you is like, oh, okay, if I choose luxury, that means I'm gonna lose out on my bread and butter, which is 500K client. I said you're not gonna lose out on them because that's not your ideal client anyway, right? So again, that goes back to the mindset of having being scarcity. Okay. So finally, Nancy said, Amy, I want to work with luxury clients. The luxury client price point is in Vancouver is from 2 million above. Okay. I say, perfect. That's who you want to work with. So after she made the decision, remember I said, you got to get clear. Do not go like wishy-washy. Like today I want to do this and today I want to do that. Again, you're sending mixed signals. Okay. Whether that's marketing or even sending mixed signal to the universe. Okay. So she's like, Amy, I want to work with luxury clients above 2 million. Perfect. Okay, you see this is the text. Within 2 months of her deciding, okay, she's attracted a $5 million listing, and then she also attracted 4 million. This week when I talked to her, she attracted another one for 2 million. Okay, all in this month. This is July, right? Within 1 month, she attracted 3 of her ideal clients. How? Once she made the decision of who she want to work with. Okay, well, as far as her marketing content strategy, she still does the same thing. She has a YouTube channel and she does Instagram. Okay. But the messaging is different because now she's targeting luxury clients rather than 500K clients. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. Okay. So all in all, just to share with you, marketing is not about marketing to everybody. Okay. Marketing is about having the right message, okay, sharing with the right people. And that's how you turn them into clients. Okay. So what I want to share, so next week, I know we're almost at the end. Okay. Next week, after you do what I shared with you, okay, and once you start doing that, how do you turn these people into closed clients, right? Closed transactions, okay? Well, that's gonna take some skills when it comes to selling. So next week, week 4, I'm gonna be sharing about how to have powerful sales conversations that doesn't feel pushy, but that's actually be able to convert your leads to your clients. Okay, that's what's gonna happen next week. But I promise you guys, I'll give you gifts if you stay till the end. Okay. So one of the gifts that I'd like to give you guys is this book. It's an ebook, of course. It's by Napoleon Hill. So I know a lot of you guys know Napoleon Hill, right? Think and Grow Rich. Yes. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. But did you guys know he actually has a book around sales? It's called Selling You. Okay. As a matter of fact, the chapter 1 is called Everybody is Selling. Okay. So this is an ebook that I would like to share with you for you to read up on. Okay. It's on Selling You. Okay. Second thing, because I know I went through a lot of questionnaires and you guys were writing it down, I actually created a worksheet, okay, including all the questions that I share with you that you can just print out and fill out. Okay. Who would like that? Raise your hands. Show me. Who would like a copy of the free book and also the worksheet? Yes?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so this is my gift for you, okay? So what are you gonna do is you're gonna find me on Instagram, okay? And you wanna make sure you follow me and you can send me a message called Top Producer. It's important that you follow me because otherwise I cannot send you a message. This is Instagram's rule. It's not my rule. Okay, but find me on Instagram. Hopefully everybody's on Instagram. Everybody's on Instagram. Let me know. Yeah. Okay. And then you're gonna follow me and send me a message, Top Producer. That way I can send you both the worksheet that you can fill out to help you to get clarity around who your ideal clients are, as well as the ebook. Okay. That's what I have for you today, this week. Before next week, make sure you go back and watch the replays if you haven't done so, or make sure you follow up and actually do the assignments, if you will, before next week. Okay. Any questions, guys?
Yeah.
Any questions? No questions? We're good? Yeah, I hope you learned something. Did you all learn something?
Yes.
Thank you. Are you gonna go out and implement?
Of course.
Implementation. Yes, yes. Okay, awesome. So another reason is once you follow me on Instagram, then I can also, guess what? I can also see what content you post. Right? So I maybe can give you some pointers. Awesome. With that, thank you guys for attending. And next week I will be back live. Oh, next week, like I mentioned before, I'm gonna host a in live visualization exercise that a lot of top producers use and also athletes use that help them to see the outcome that they want and close more deals. All right, guys? Perfect.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Clarence. Thank you, Bambi. Thank you, Jimmy. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.